Okay. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Yeah. Hi. Welcome, welcome. And look who I have here with me today. So thrilled to be here with Gertrude Hsu. And welcome to the show, Gertrude, or Trudy, whatever you want
Yeah.
to, Gertrude or Trudy. And really pleased to have you here. As always, we were supposed to do this 2 weeks ago, I think it was, and I didn't
Yes.
feel well. So I rescheduled it for today. And actually, that works for me because, the holidays, well, at least the Christmas holiday is now over, and we can enjoy some time together and relax.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for having me back
Of
here. I
course.
always enjoy live
Of
with you
course. Oh, I
because
love it. Yeah,
uh,
I love being with you.
your
Yeah.
energy is always so high and happy and bright.
Um,
I can
and
almost see the angels
the
singing.
angels flying around. I was telling Gertrude that I love her shirt, and it's got really good energy on your shirt. So there you
Ah,
go. It's
yeah, it's like
lovely.
that.
Yes,
And you
it's
won't
very.
believe it. It was at the back of the closet, as I say,
Uh-huh.
because it's different if you buy things new.
Right.
I did this all out from thrift store, and you buy,
Yeah.
you go through them and you buy them and you stick them. So I didn't even know I have it. And
That's a real.
and
That's
I
like a
said,
present in itself, isn't it? It's like a
yeah,
present.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought this is so beautiful, and I didn't even know I have it.
Well, your guides were saying, all right, now we got something special back here. Why don't you check back here? So you did.
Yes.
That's really awesome. Wonderful. So, Book Bewitched, welcome, welcome, honey. We've got you here. We've got Froxy Roxy here. And we've got Hypnicity. How are things in
Amanda,
Linwood? I hope you
Carol.
have, yeah. Amanda Carroll, Sandy Miller, Maya, and Mary Thornberry. Thanks, ladies, for joining us. It's wonderful to have you all. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Um, I Trudy has pure energy. Yes, Sandy, she really does. That's beautiful.
Thank
That's so
you.
nice. Yeah. We all feel it when she comes on. She really does. So what Trudy and I started was she had told me at a point where we were together on a show that she was more focusing on mysticism. And I said, let's do some shows on different types of mysticism. And that's what Trudy follows with her channeling and her guides. And so it's been a lot of fun, and we've learned a lot in the last couple that we've done, and we're going to continue for you. So, yeah. So thank you. So hello, Coyote Rosenbaum, and Jody
Oh,
Soul Spa is here.
yeah.
And
Hi, Jody.
yes, and Paul Roberts, welcome. And Carolyn Booker. Oh, and Peter, nice to see you as well. Thanks everybody for spending a little bit of time with us today. Yeah. So it was my turn to host and my turn to pick which one I wanted to do for the day. So I picked Buddhism, the mysticism in Buddhism. And poor Trudy, she went down a rabbit hole. There's too much. And so I totally get it. Even Buddhists have that problem. We haven't learned everything there is to learn about it. So anyway, hello, Linda, and welcome. And you have a Japanese calligraphy of the word mysticism.
Yes.
Ooh,
Ah, that's beautiful.
that's wonderful. That's beautiful, Sandy. And hello to Diana, who is driving. Okay, don't go off the road, Diana, please. Lurking is fine. But we don't want you going off. That must be really pretty, Sandy, your calligraphy. And here's Deb K. Welcome to you as well. So, as I indicated, we're going to talk a little bit about Buddhism. Esoteric Buddhism is the mystical interpretation and practice of the system that was founded by the Buddha. Um, if you get a chance and you want to know a little bit about the Buddha, who began in about the 6th or 5th century BCE, before the Common Era, then you can buy or go to the library and get Hermann Hesse Siddhartha, and I'm going to write it on here. And I see, is that Mary up there or Ginger? I see somebody up there.
Ginger.
Oh, it's Ginger. All right.
Yeah, Mary is outside.
Oh, she is. Okay. Whoops. I didn't put the E in it. Sorry. Hi, Laurie Hunsinger. Hi, honey. It's in your room. So, Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse, actually, it's got an E at the end, is a rather short story. It's not real long, but it talks about how the Buddha became the Buddha because the Buddha was actually a prince, and he lived cloistered in this um, uh, um, area where he didn't see anybody that was quote normal out there. He didn't see sickness. He didn't see old people, and he didn't know that people died because he was so cloistered in his kingdom that he just he didn't know those things. And so he ventures out into the regular area, and he sees people sick, and they're crying, and they look terrible, and he sees old people, and he says, oh, look at the way that they've changed. They're older, they look different. And so he makes the determination that life is suffering. And we do know that that's true. Life is suffering, but it doesn't have to always be suffering if you can look at the good part of it. So he's known by several names, and he also has is characterized by a personal relationship with a spirit guide or a deity who leads us to enlightenment. It sounds to me like Ginger knows more than I do. Is that you?
Yeah, let me call
It's
out to
okay.
her.
It's okay. I love these animals. Yeah. Hi, warrior girl. It's good to see you. Yeah. Um, Buddhism is rooted in the Buddha's enlightenment or awakening experience that followers of his teachings wish to replicate. In Buddhism, if you reach enlightenment, it isn't a constant thing. You go in and out of it. You've already reached it, but you might dip down into the regular world. But the truth is that if this happens for you, it eradicates your suffering and ends a cycle of rebirths for you. What is really surprising to me is that the Dalai Lama, which means the living Buddha, uh, lives and dies and is reincarnated over and over, and they will go and look for that Buddha either just before the Dalai Lama dies or right after it. That's how they found the last Dalai Lama. They went to a house. They searched the countryside, and they found this little boy that was 5 years old, and he's the current Dalai Lama. And they asked him some questions, like, where have you lived before? And he talked all about how he was he was the other Dalai Lama. So he gave really good information that they knew that they got the right guy. So, oh yes, you should reread it. Hypnicity. I don't think would be over your head right now. That's right. Yeah. So we have Osmanthus here. Hello, welcome. And Kimberly Canu, listening and resting before work. All right, dear. Yes, that's good. Um, so all of Buddhism can be considered mysticism because mysticism refers to gaining a kind of special knowledge of the nature of reality, a knowledge not accessible through our normal operations of the senses. It has nothing to do with magic. It has to do with transcendence. So it has to do with your intention to transcend this bodily vessel that we have and become more at one. It places its very center, calibrated and exacting, in a discipline called Zazen, Zazen. And that is a contemplative discipline. And it's kind of like what you do in your meditation. Yeah, it's exactly what you do. It focuses the practitioner's best efforts on seeking a sudden awakening experience, and it's life-altering, world-shattering, and it offers us a new way of seeing and thinking and acting and being and believing. So, it's just what do I want to say? It's just, for me, it seems to be like when you take a deep breath and you let it out, it's like that to me. That's what Buddhism is for me. It isn't a religion, it is a practice, it is a philosophy of life. And the mystics make it even much more interesting than probably we all could if we wanted to. So that's kind of what I have. And so I thought
Yeah.
I would let Trudy just come along and say what she'd like to say. Yeah.
Well, how I got into Buddhism was I used to go to my primary care. I tell them, it's too expensive to go to see a psychologist. So I use them for
Good.
counseling. And
Yeah.
so one day, one of them told me, I'm spiritual also. I go into Buddhism. And he gave me a book. He told me a book to read. But I
Okay.
went into Thich Nhat Hanh, Peace, the book Peace by Thich Nhat Hanh. I read
Uh-huh.
it. It was like a light bulb went off. And I thought that is exactly the path I am walking because it's a very natural path. All these mystics, they walk the path where they experience the infinity, the
Mm-hmm.
transcendent being. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, when they translate it into their language, it's all the same.
Sure.
So that was how I got drawn into Buddhism.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful.
Before, yeah, before that I tried, but I got turned off by all the different names.
Yeah, and they're
Yeah.
long. The names are all really long. Yeah, you're right.
So
Yeah.
recently, what got me really intrigued is, these monks, when when it's time and they know when they want to die, they
Mm-hmm.
simply slip into clear meditation,
Wow.
and they just slip into meditation and pass over.
Wow. That's
I thought
amazing.
that is so
Yeah.
remarkable.
Yeah.
But recently, I found myself going into, because for me, I associate Buddhism with meditation. And that was
Yep.
where I went to this Buddhist monk to learn how to meditate. And he used breathing. And
Mm-hmm.
recently I found, you know, Buddhism, meditation, breath work, it's like the three of them connected.
Mm-hmm.
So I've
Mm-hmm.
been getting very much into breathing. And they
Yep.
say that we usually breathe from our chest only. And when
Right.
we breathe, you know, when we can feel it down to the navel
Right.
and release it, that is, that is the,
That's really getting
when,
yourself zazen. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you control your breath, you control your thoughts.
That's right.
And when you really work with the breath, you can experience the transcendence the more we lower the breath.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And those of you who don't know, Trudy spent time as a nun in a Carmelite. Is that right? A
Yes,
Carmelite nun.
yeah,
In And so she has the practice of no, because they spend a lot of time in contemplation. So that really launched you. You can get launched into something because you've had that
yes.
practice so long. So yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. So hello to Mary. And Hypnicity says she was lucky to see His Holiness in Seattle at the Seeds of Change event. The Dalai Lama came. I want to say it was 2008, I believe, and he was at this big arena, and we all went. My daughter and my husband and I. And I remember him coming out to this. It was huge. I mean, I couldn't get close to him. I mean, there's like a football field, but I remember him coming out to speak, and I could not stop crying because for me it was like I don't know how to explain it. He isn't a god, and they don't even have a god concept, but he's just so warm and loving. I just felt really like he touched every single one of us in there. So that's a really nice feeling. Yeah. Lori has a question for you. Is the breathing all done through the nose, or do you open the mouth or use the mouth?
No, the one. So I finally settled on one, and I
Okay.
learned how to do that. And that is actually Hindu
Okay.
pranayama. It's all through the nose.
It's all through the
You
nose.
breathe, yeah, breathe through the nose,
Uh-huh.
and
And
they say use
you're bringing it up from the
the
diaphragm. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And when you breathe in, the real breathing, and my sister taught me that she went into yoga, is you feel the abdomen inflating.
Yes.
That is the proper way. She said usually when we breathe in, it empties out, but no, the proper way, you breathe in, you fill it up. When you breathe out, it deflates. So that's why when the monk taught me, he
Hmm.
said, put your hand there, and when you breathe
Oh,
in, you could feel it rising, you say rising. When you
yeah.
breathe out, you feel it falling, you say
Yeah.
falling, and you just keep doing it, rising, falling.
Uh-huh.
And to get into meditation, I asked him to teach me the Buddhist way of meditation. That was what he taught me.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel lightheaded when you do it? Do you ever feel
Yeah.
kind of, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
I do
used
too.
to have sometimes when I think too much, I can't sleep at night. So now I practice the breathing and I
Good.
fall asleep. I can't
You
even
fall
tell
right to
when I
sleep.
fall asleep. Yeah.
Wow. There you go. I've had so much difficulty. I just started listening to what they call green noise, and it's almost like a whoosh, like that, and it puts me right to sleep. It's
Uh,
it's very helpful because I don't like having insomnia at all. So yeah, thank you
yeah.
for explaining that. So we have Rossi here. Hi, Rossi, and
And
Star is
star.
here. Yeah.
And
Thank you for
star.
being thank you for being here, everybody. So yes, we'll talk just a few more minutes about this, but if anybody wants readings, Trudy and I are here to do readings. I've got 3 different decks I'm going to use today, and most of the decks that I'm using, I would say, are more esoteric. So I would say probably if you'd like a reading on spiritual topics, that would work out for us today. Hi, Laura. Mary, yes, so many of us are breathing very shallow and don't realize it. You're absolutely right. And you know where I learned that the most, that I had the biggest trouble with breathing shallow, is when I was singing and I was in like the glee club, or if I was singing solos, you know, um, they'd say, breathe from your diaphragm. Don't breathe from your throat or your mouth. Sing from your diaphragm. I had a hard time with that concept at the time because I was just a kid. So, yeah.
So
Hi, Jen.
I just like to share this. When I
Okay.
came across that, I found it just remarkable.
Yes.
Dog breathes 20 to 30, dogs take 20 to 30 breaths a minute. They live 10 to 12 years. Human, 12 to 20 breaths a minute. We live 80 to 100 years. Tortoise,
Oh my.
3 to 5 times in a minute. They live 500 to 60 years. A person only has certain amount of breaths to live, not in terms of years. Slowing down breaths extend life. I find that
That's
yeah, I find
beautiful,
that
Cher. Thank you.
I find that
Yes.
so remarkable.
Uh-huh. It is. It is remarkable. And you're seeing people. I just saw this man on YouTube. He's 109 years old, African American. They call him Granddaddy somebody, and he's dancing like really busy, more than I could do at at my age. It was amazing. So yeah, it's so interesting to see how people, the differences in people depending on what their life skills or
Yeah.
how they live their lives. Yeah, yeah.
So I think one of the must be a Buddhist monk. He lived to
Uh-huh.
200. They asked him how he does it. He said he sit up straight
Yep.
and he breathes to the navel. Those are the only
Yes.
two things he does.
2 things that he, yeah. Yeah, because
Sit
there's
up
even
straight.
some people out there that they smoke and drink and do all kinds of stuff, and they live to be 100 years old, and I can't understand that. They must just have different. different DNA than a lot of other people. But
Yeah.
Mary said, many of us hold our breath when thinking judgmental thoughts or we're scared or angry. That's absolutely true, Mary, because, if somebody says so-and-so just passed away, you go, oh, because you're surprised. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. And it just is one of those. And it's also, we do the same thing with um, holding our head. When there's like some kind of a problem, we go, oh,
Yeah.
we hold our head like that. So it's interesting. Hi, Charlie C. It's nice to see you. Thanks for being here. All right. So what did Sandy say? I was sending out healing as I drove, but twice I went into a trance while driving. So now my kids drive me places, and good for you.
That's
Thank
nice.
you, Sandy. I'm glad to hear you got them driving you. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't want to go into a trance. No. Oh my goodness. So we have BMAP OK. Is glad that she caught us today. Thank you for being here. And Greg Dixon. Nice to see you. I hope you and Clara had a wonderful day yesterday. Let's see. Who else came in? Anybody else come in? No. So I've got about 6 questions right now. I've got Juanita and Kim and Hypnicity and Carolyn and Rossi and Book Bewitched. So let's go ahead and start our readings. Thank you for sharing that, Trudy. That was really, really good. That was fascinating. I really liked hearing about that.
Oh, thank you.
It is. It's like we are never too old or too educated not to learn something new. So, all right. Spiritual reading for you, Juanita. I hope your kids and you had a fabulous day yesterday. All right. So, whatever it is you're worrying about, they say, don't worry about it anymore because karma will take care of it. You may not see it, you may not feel it, you may not actually know it, because karma comes to people, but not if, for instance, if they hurt us, we say to ourselves, well, that what's wrong with them. But if we let it go and let karma take care of it, unfortunately, they're going to get it back even with somebody else. So karma is a beautiful thing because it takes care of, and I'm hoping in a political sense that karma will take care of all the problems that we're having right now. Here you've got love for all, and I love this because it's a very strong, beautiful tree, and if you look and see, it's lighted out there, and all the branches are pointing up and strong. And I think that it's saying you have love for all, and people feel that love from you. And so make sure you also love yourself, because we all have to love ourselves first. And it says you are working very diligently from separation to oneness. In other words, you're working to attain a oneness with the earth, with all of us, because we all are drops in the ocean. We are all connected. And they're saying the path that you're going down is bringing you that separate, taking that separateness or feeling like you're alone to oneness with the spiritual community. So there you go. All right, Trudy.
So I picked the card, rising up,
Ooh.
and then trust. So with the trust, we can really rise up. What holds
Mm-hmm.
us back is very often, the lack of trust, not trusting. I was doing a channel session yesterday, and that was what came across: trust,
Uh-huh.
and that is what you arrive at: universal mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like
Uh-huh.
that is one of the thing, at the monastery. Like when we reach a certain state, then
Uh-huh.
that's when we feel this universal love
We do.
for
We do.
everyone. That
Yeah.
is the universal mother.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's part of the oneness, really. Part of the oneness.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's awesome. All right. So BMAP okay is a he. Welcome. Just we're glad you're here. We're not meaning to just put you in a category. We're glad you're here. So thank you so much. All right. So I'm going to take your question because you have a question, and there's Sweetie Pie there.
the fierce
Trust.
one.
Say,
This is the
hello, baby.
Mary.
Hi, Mary.
This is the fierce one.
Uh huh. She's the one that likes to play. Yeah, she is. All right. So I got you, BMI okay, and I got Veronica, and I got Mary Loudon. All right, and I'm gonna and somebody else, I think. Book Bewitched. I got you. So I'm gonna okay. After Star, I think we'll close the readings, please. Close the list. All right, Janet. I gotcha. All right. Okay. Yeah. It's nice to have all these folks here today, so we don't mind doing the readings with you today. That would be wonderful. Yeah. I wondered, I think there was some people that went on yesterday and did some live shows during Christmas. I hope so. I hope everybody felt connected to the community. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so Kimberly wonders what would be her next spiritual step. All right, dear. Ooh. I hear you. The first one I get, they're encouraging you, Kimberly, to open to love. They want you to be aware of an incoming relationship or passion or fulfillment. Remember, being open to love doesn't necessarily always mean romantic love. It can, but it also could be that you're just open to receiving the love of the universe or from friends and family or animals or whatever it is, because we all get love from different sources and we all have different ways of reaching out across to get them. I do get family connections, respect, people, and kinship. So I don't know, maybe you're spending some time with family. If not, they want you to connect with family in whatever way you can, because this is the time of year a lot of people will do that. But as far as open to love, and then the next card being family, and then I get the next card that says animals. So it says connect with animals, work with your spirit guides, get some healing done. And if you have any animals that have passed, remember they too come around. Yesterday, my Sheltie that I lost this year, she was here all day. I could feel her. Her name was Bella. And she hasn't been dead. She hasn't like missed another Christmas. This is the first Christmas that she would have missed. And she was a Christmas dog. She just was always, all about Christmas. So I felt her presence around me and thought about her all day long. It brought me joy. So sometimes it isn't like necessarily any more than connection with something that has already passed or guides that come to you as well. There you go.
Yeah. So I picked up the card resistant, trust, redemption.
Mm,
So resistance, I think we all know about resistance.
we do.
Yeah, when so the spirit team is saying, trust,
Yeah.
the trust will break down the resistance, because sometimes when they ask us to do something and we just feel so like not up to it, so they
Yeah.
say
Mm-hmm.
trust
Yeah.
and redemption. So
Oh.
I'm looking at that redemption. So how would you read the redemption?
Oh, would I read it?
Yeah, how would
Um,
you read the
I would
redemption?
say that redemption is something that once we trust something, we can then move on and that redemption shows up for us in order for us to receive something. It's very hard for us at times to accept things from other people. We're like, oh no, that's okay, don't worry, it's okay. Let it go. Let it go and trust it and say, I am here to receive, because we all should be open to receiving always. It's, if we've been taught only to give, but it's a circle. We have to give in. We have to learn how to receive. So that is a
Yeah.
redeeming quality.
Because
Yeah.
redemption is a big term for us Catholic,
Oh
We think of
yes, yes,
redemption.
that's true.
And so
Yep,
I saw redemption, and my Catholic mind locked it in, and I said, oh, okay, look out the
that's okay.
box.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
that
wow,
yeah, that's cute.
that is,
Hypnicity's
yeah,
right.
it's
When
so good.
redemption happens, growth can come. Yeah. Uh, but in
Ah,
order to get redemption, you need to trust, and that's what you had.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. We sometimes feel like we aren't either doing enough or it's too hard, but we don't have to make anything happen. We just have to let it flow. We have to let it flow like the river. So, wow. We respect self-care. Hi, Lottie. Oh, it's okay, warrior girl. I know you are you know, on your phone or whatever. It's fine. Dana Hutchison, it's nice to see you. Hi, Valerie. It's nice to see you too. All right. Welcome, and I hope everybody had a happy holidays. All right. Hypnicity wonders what her guides want her to know going into the next year. Okay. We can find out. Mm. Sorry, it's just taking me a minute here. Apologize. Okay. All right, Hypnicity. I pulled this beautiful card. It's Stonehenge. Look at how beautiful it is. Uh, that would be a nice place to visit, but that's probably not what it's saying. But it's saying magic. If you don't believe in magic, your life won't be magical. That makes sense. Magic, like the power of Stonehenge, is part of the unknowable, that which you cannot describe, but it exists and it makes your life extraordinary. Magic is what we're all looking for, but if you try to hold it and name it and describe it, you will lose it. And that's the same with enlightenment. We become enlightened and we think, okay, I'm here now, I don't have to do anything more. But we're trying to hold on to it and describe it just like magic, and you can't do that. You have to talk around it. You have to describe what led you there and give thanks for the part of the universe that's unknowable. And it also says, one of the friction of forgetting and remembering comes magic. Out of your passion for existence comes magic. So you have magic available to you at all times. You just can't hold on to it. Everybody, just know that. So you don't want to grasp at it. You've got to let it just flow over you. All right. The next one I get is spirit guides are around you. They're saying, yep, that's right. We're the magic too. Call on us when you need to. And they said, you are becoming more and more compassionate as you are working with your spiritual life. And they love that for you. They love that for you. That's wonderful. All right, Trudi.
So I pick up a card from Kuan Yin
Oh,
Oracle.
yeah. Yeah.
It says Maiden Magu.
Okay.
Maiden Magu, an immortal expression of the Divine Mother of the East, now brings you a special message from Kuan Yin. She guides you to trust that if you enter into the darkness of the unknown parts of yourself, you will emerge into light, resemble and reborn once more. In order to grow spiritually, there are times when we simply must delve within and find our shadows. It is easier to perceive the effect of the shadow than the shadow itself.
Hmm.
Noticing, yeah, the effect of the shadow is judgment, positive or negative, of another that we do not think is related to us personally.
Mhm. Hmm.
So it says, you are being guided by Mother Divine Kuan Yin through the Maiden Margot to realize that there is a part of you within that is trying to emerge.
That's
So I think
beautiful.
that is
That's the same
beautiful.
thing about holding on, though. You got to let it go. And so she says, maybe my dark night is coming to an end. Yes, that's very possible because what you have to do is not, you can't hold on to it. Just like in Trudy's card, the same thing that I said in my card I pulled. Wow. Anything that is for us can't be owned. We can't own it. We can't own enlightenment. We can't own the magic, but we can use it, right? We can use it.
Yeah.
That's
That
fabulous.
night shadows comes the light.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the message.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you. All right. So we have Miss Carolyn Booker here, and her husband's always there, Peter. It's nice to see you here today. I hope your holiday was wonderful. Yes, I wanted to say everybody liked the pictures I had of Stonehenge. This is the most beautiful deck that I have ever owned. It's called the Power Deck. It came out in 1992. And the guy at the bottom, it says, Lynn Andrews did it, but Rob Schoten is my favorite artist of all time. And he lives on Whidbey Island, and I've met him and I love him. He's one of my friends on Facebook. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah, and he makes such beautiful art. So I'll pull one of those for everybody today because I'd love sharing that. All right. All right. All right, Carolyn. You got wisdom. Whoops, I got to put the picture up first. There's the picture. You can see the little pagoda at the top, lots and lots of snow, and in the middle, the earth. Isn't it pretty? Such beautiful. It says, if you're addicted to the process of becoming, there are storms on the horizon. But if there's nothing left to become, you might be filled with terror and suddenly you're face to face with your empty being. Find the sacred space, the sanctuary of stillness in your heart. To know that you are truly alone is the first step on the long journey to self discovery. The final step is to learn that you are already linked with the universe, that you are already part of everything, and that you live in all the lodges of the universe. And this is wisdom. I'm seeing this coming over and over again, that we are all part of the whole. And I'm thinking that this is going to be an important thing for us in 2024, that we have to remember that we are who we are, but we're also a wave on the ocean, and we're also a coyote, and we're also people that live in Ukraine, and we're all, that we are just all part of this and every single part of it, and that this will heal us by knowing this, that all of this will heal us, and the beauty of that healing will bring us closer and closer to that which we came here to accomplish. So,
Yeah, I pick up energy shift.
ah,
Just the word, I love the word energy shift
mm-hmm,
because when our energy shifts, clearing your space, it
uh-huh,
helps us clear the space, our inner space of everything, which is pretty much a lot to do with Buddhism. Clearing,
that's
clear.
true. Uh-huh.
Yes, the theme of Buddhism is to clear everything, and then it will help us see,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
help us see sanctuary. So the last one is sanctuary. Yeah, I love that. When I see sanctuary, immediately I think of, one channeling where, I never know what is going to come through. And
Sure.
so in one life, it talks about the inner sanctuary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when the energy shift, you get the higher vibration, and you
Right.
clear your inner space, and then you can build that inner sanctuary inside, a
That's
place
beautiful.
that you retire to for
Uh-huh.
meditation when you need healing, and when you just, or when you want to connect with the divine.
Yeah. I love the word sanctuary. Um,
Yes,
yeah, I
yes.
do. It's very holy. It's it's a holy feeling. Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful. So Diana lost your connection and up ahead of you was three blinking lights in the sky. Well, my goodness. What do you know? It could be
Wow,
some
nice.
visitors. Yeah, it could be some visitors. All right. So
Message from
Rossi
the
and her kitty
spirit.
cat want a reading. All right, Rossi. Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
book which, yeah. Okay.
Yes, Trudy does have a channel. Absolutely. And the information is down below in the channel notes. But yes, please go over and like and subscribe to Trudy's channel. Um,
My accent puts poetry to the words.
isn't that
Uh,
beautiful? Yes, it is. Isn't that a nice thing? Yeah. Yeah. Trudy is a magical person. So she really is. That's wonderful. All right. All right. Let's see what we got here for you, Rossi. Hello, Jeanette Kennedy. Welcome to the show. All right. So we get feminine. This is how beautiful these trees are. And look at the trees, please. Can you see the women? Can you see all the women in the trees? They have little heads. You can see that they are made into the trees and how the roots go down into the earth. Just gorgeous. I mean, yeah, the way he paints, and look, the sun is shining down on the trees. The way he paints makes me happy. The world is bereft of feminine consciousness. Well, this was about 30 years ago this card came out, but I still think we have this thing that we have to bring out, although I think a lot of us already work with feminine consciousness. It says we need to bring Mother Earth back to balance and bring everyone our awareness. Language can be a barrier between us, but women have always communed with women in an unspoken language. Her roots are entwined with the essence of Mother Earth because she's feminine. Women are the keeper of the planet, must not let energy be uprooted by the male system. We are all in need of world harmony. Mother Earth has been misunderstood, but she is the universal link. She's the womb for all that live here. Feminine consciousness is the energy that embodies the wisdom we all need at this moment. Okay, again, here's the picture. They're saying, Rossi, you need to get out and use your talent to balance the energy. Look at this woman is balancing. If you can see, she's like on a balance beam. Balance the energy for others and yourself. Wow. There you go. I think you're working on becoming, um, yeah, more out there with others. You remember, it's always okay for people that are in the chat and not wanting to be sort of out there and seen. It's okay that we just do what we have to do as light workers or as empaths or as intuitives. Not everybody has to stand on a stage, so to speak. We are all behind the scenes. We're needed just as much. Okay.
so I pick up this card keeps coming out, trust. And
Oh,
then I
yep.
saw the Sandy Miller. We can be an amazing conduit for the divine if only we trust. And that is so true. And when I
Yes.
saw trust, I think of the message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, amazing conduit for the divine,
Uh-huh.
which will bring about a new dawn. The new dawn, I see, fourth density.
Uh-huh.
We are in this new dawn moving toward fourth density.
Yep.
And the last one, after life, which is, you know, moving into the fourth density.
Yeah.
So that would be your message.
There you go.
Trust, and then when you trust, you could do amazing thing for the divine, bringing up the new dawn, heading towards the fourth density.
Yep. And this is one of the most important things. We all want to know what our gifts are. We all want to know when we're going to be able to use them and how they're going to come out. And the best message is trust it. Everybody's different. Everybody goes through something different. So this morning I'm sitting on my bed and I'm journaling. All of a sudden, the smell of nail polish, whoo, it overwhelmed me. It was so strong. And I said to my husband, "What is that smell?" He said, "Well, I don't smell anything." He said, "What is it, a message?" I said, "I don't know. I can't think of anybody who does their nails all the time. I just couldn't." I thought maybe it was something from the ethers. And it went away and then it came back again. So I'm still trying to figure who's trying to get a hold of me today.
How interesting! I suddenly saw White Feather Tarot. She's always doing the cards, and she always have her fingernails with a nail polish.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nicely.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
did a shorts, about you and
Yes.
White Feather Tarot. So maybe,
Maybe it's her. And she says, "Oh, you're going to work with Trudy today. Oh, here's my nails." Or
yeah.
somebody wants me to stop biting my nails. Maybe that's what. Oh, yes. Oh, that's very true, Mary. Warrior Girl was doing her nails.
Oh
She's doing her
really?
nails here right now. Thank you,
How
Mary. Thank you.
amazing!
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, it must be her. But I never have that smell here. Never. So I must have known you were coming, Warrior Girl. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, Jody
So you have,
says, Spirit told me stay in the light even if you're in the back. I love that. Thank you. Yeah. What did you want to
yeah,
say,
I
honey?
love that you have this gift. I That's one of the gifts. You
It is a
smell,
gift. But I've
yeah,
never I've had it, but it doesn't happen all the time. But I'm beginning to trust that I'm getting messages from different things. So that must be it.
yes.
Oh, Mary, you're a nail technician. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I knew you girls would be here today. So, all right. Thank you. All right. So we have book Bewitched. May I have a spiritual reading? Sure. Oh, Mary, that's funny. You and Warrior Girl. All right. Ooh, this is fascinating. All right. So I remember I pulled one of these cards, and look at all the men. They're all sitting around the table, like the UN or something, and they're all different looking. We have a tribal leader here. We have maybe a man from Russia or Eastern Europe, and we have other guys down there. We have somebody white hair, looks maybe Indian. So it's individuality is what this card is. Individuality. And it says, when the shield carrier reaches the top of the mountain, she never seeks approval because approval is based on doubt. Isn't that funny? Because a lot of times when we give a reading and we get something that tells us that's true, we go, wow, because we do doubt that what we're giving is important. And I think it's hard not to give that up because magic is magical. Your strength and wisdom are celebrated in your unique ability to view the experience of life with new vision. Power lies in individuality and the ability to see yourself through your own eyes and through the eyes of others. To be in power, you must own your power and exist in your own individuality. Everybody could learn from this. Everybody. Watch your dreams. Watch your dreams for inspiration, is what they're saying. There you go.
Would you believe I get this card again? Trust. I mean, I put
Yeah,
them,
no, you're shuffling them. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, and I put them different place.
sure.
Trust,
Yeah,
letting go,
uh-huh.
awakening. Yesterday I was I don't channel easily. It's very hard for
Okay,
me. So I was complaining to the rock collective. It is so hard for me. I can't do this, and it's and then they came through, and the
uh-huh.
main thing they talk about is trust, letting go.
Letting go.
When you trust and you let go, and you don't work too hard, and you don't push it too hard, then
Yep,
awakening.
yep.
They are, well,
I love that.
here, we are
Yeah,
here. Yeah, but
it's
that is
beautiful. Yeah, it's
it's so
beautiful.
interesting. The message, trust and letting go,
Keeps coming.
because they
We
kept
all need
saying,
to do it.
let go,
Yeah, we all need to
let
do it.
go. Don't want it too much. Don't push yourself too hard. Just let go, and then it will happen.
Yep,
Whatever you want
absolutely.
to happen will happen.
Yep. It is a good message for us all. Very much so. Yes. Um, and as I said today, my husband kept saying, "Who do you know that does their nails all the time?" And I said, "I really don't know anybody that much, but I trusted I'd get the answer. But look, I was because other people can get the answer first before I do. So yeah. Oh, you're welcome, honey. Very potent. All right. For Clem. Thank you. Trust your individuality. Your individuality is beautiful book. It really is. All right, so we have Mary Loudon and her kitty cat is there. In times of stress or danger, I can hear my angels and guides. Will I ever manage to hear them without it being the danger or stress situation? Mary, um, you can ask them. I think they're wanting to make sure you understand when they come through with your stress or danger situations that they're always available to you. And so look for the small little things, ask for the ones without without stress or danger. Ask them to come in different ways. They could come as a flower, or hi Mary.
She just
Or is that
wants to
Ginger?
come up.
Oh, she does.
Mary,
Yeah.
she's at
She's so
my
sweet.
feet, wanting to come out and say hi. Yeah.
Hi, darling. She's so sweet. But I think if you can do that and you can trust that, it will definitely come to you, Mary. I believe that we all have that. I've been doing this for 40 years, and I would say in the last 3 to 4 years, I've really started to just trust that it will come when it's ready. So, but look what I get. I get this, and this is so beautiful. It's a feather on a tree, so maybe it's feathers you need to ask for. And I don't know if you get feathers from your guides, but it says perfection. Dream your passion and fly away. Go through the hoop of your innermost fears and dreams. Meet them and conquer them. What pain from childhood have you not dealt with? Move into the wound. It says face what upsets you the most. Give away whatever's holding you back, whether it be insecurity, ego, or fear of failure. Know that you are loved, you are never alone, and be reborn into a new state of perfection, is what you got. And it's saying, because you can be an inspiration to yourself and others. You carry the light, Mary. You actually carry the light. You are a light worker. So you'll get back what you give, honestly. And perfection um, isn't something that we have to have all the time. It's not to aspire to it, but what it's saying is let it go. Let go of the idea that you have to be perfect, because there is no perfection. There you
Yeah, and I picked the card, letting go. You just said let it go, letting go.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let letting
Yeah.
go, rising out. When
Uh-huh.
we let go, there was Daniel Scranton. I watched him one day, and he said that when we let go is when things starts happening. And the
Yeah.
thing is, when we want something too badly, we don't get it. When we let go and
Uh-huh.
we don't care that much about it, then we get it.
Uh-huh.
Rites
Yep.
of passage. So it's like this is like the rites of passage for you to hear them. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how would you translate that, Ali? Rites of
The
passage.
rites of passage. We get to a certain point. Well, there are rites of passage for women, for instance. First of all, when we're maidens, it's when we're young and we're not of childbearing age. And then when we become a mother, and we can be a mother to other people, we don't have to be a physical mother and have a baby. But when we give birth, we have a rite of passage into that. And it's a period of growth that you move into. And then when we get older, hopefully we're wiser, then we're called crones, which is not really a negative name. It doesn't mean ugly old witch or anything. What it means is that we've lived a long life and that we have learned. And so that's a rite of passage for us to help those younger people that are behind us. That's an example of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I could read. So I read it like experiencing it during the hard times or dark times is like the rite of passage.
It
And
is.
then yeah. And so what moves next will be experiencing it,
Yes. Yep.
for,
Absolutely. Yep.
yeah, for good times.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we have Veronica. All right, Veronica. We'll try to get everybody read here. We're almost at an hour. Trudy, is that okay? Are you
Oh,
okay
yes,
with
fine.
it? Is
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, ooh, cool. All right. Oh my good. Wait till you hear this. You just here's the picture, and it's two ladies holding beautiful, like an big umbrella, and they're standing in front of, um, you know, dragons. So it must be Asian. And there's also, it looks like a coin, and the earth is at the bottom. And the word is trust. The word is trust. Isn't that something else?
Trust.
Trust. Yeah, I know.
Amazing.
And it says, in love, there must be trust. Without trust, there is no love. And that's for ourselves as well. Not just, you have a partner that you need to trust, because if you're going to stay with them, you want to make sure that they're trustworthy. But we have to also trust ourselves in knowing that things will unfold in the right time, in the right way. It says, it's the way, trust in the ways of divine power and the Great Spirit, and know that you are made of this divine power, and live with trust in your heart. So I pulled it this time. Also, Veronica, you have psychic abilities. So trust that you do, and open yourself up to them if that's what you want. Some people don't want that, but if you want that, you have it. And the second card from a different deck says,
Trust.
wow,
Yeah, that's a big message for us today.
it
Trust.
is a message for us all. It's absolutely.
Yes.
And we're going into a new year, and we have to trust. We have to trust. Absolutely. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah. So I get the card breaking free,
Uh-huh.
shadow work,
Uh-huh.
inner child. So the
Ooh.
message here, yeah, is like, when when you do the shadow work, you will be able to break free from the inner child.
Wow.
The inner child.
Heal yourself. Healing
Because
the inner child. Yeah.
yeah, healing the inner child.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I first went to see psychotherapist,
Mm-hmm.
and I could see this little girl, 8 years. He asked me how old. I said around 10 or 12. He says, no, 8 years. And it's actually around 6 or 8. I just knew that when that child grew up, I wouldn't have this, you know, I used to really like, being called the little one. because
Uh-huh.
and I knew because my mother had 13 children, so we all miss that nurturing, and
Sure.
that sticks to me. So I
Sure
knew
does.
when
Yeah.
that child grow up, I will grow up, and it's true. And
Wow.
to work with the child, child, you really have to do shadow work, which help break us free,
Yeah.
break free
That's
from all
wonderful.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope that resonates.
That's amazing. Wow. What a beautiful explanation. Thank you. That's great. All right. So, BMAP OK says he would appreciate a reading if possible. So, yes, I'll hope you're still here. Okay. Um, just so those waiting know, I have Star and Janet and Valerie and Sandy after this reading so that you know and can make a plan. It's wonderful to have you all here with us today. Okay. All right. This is the beautiful card that I have for you. And it's a person that's sort of down by the water in a red, and the beautiful red rocks are there. It looks very serene and calm there. And it says gathering. This life is like the fulcrum on a scale of balance. Your past and future lives determine the need for gathering strength in this life. There is a reason for any pain that we have. As you gather knowledge from the sea of consciousness and life, you begin to evolve. You fill the gourd of your spirit with knowledge so that one day it can be emptied out and you may begin to gather wisdom. Become one with all life and consider the importance of what you are gathering. Whatever it is you're gathering, if you're gathering information, if you're gathering wisdom, if you're gathering places to visit, whatever it is you're gathering is all going to come and be used by you later on. Beautiful. They want you to make sure that you forgive not only yourself for anything that you feel you may have done wrong, but forgive others, because if you hold on to any anger or unforgiveness, you're hurting yourself more than that other person. So they want to remind you. And they said doing that also will provide you with the clarity of where you would like to go as you move on ahead in the new year. Thank you.
So I picked the card self-care. It's very
Care.
important to take care
It
of
is.
ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
clearing your space. So that come out again, clearing your space.
Mm-hmm.
And afterlife. So this afterlife, what comes out is recently, going into all this, more and more like going to Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
The It also has to do with a lot with the afterlife. And what I get from this is that we are the eternal, we have the eternal self, the eternal soul. And very often on this life, we get completely immersed in our life. And this card
Mm-hmm.
is like reminding us that we are spirit and body.
Yep.
So, and for me, this really helped. Like recently, you
Mm-hmm.
know, when I have suddenly two cases of cancer in my family,
Oh,
marriage related, but
right. So,
both of them diagnosed late. And
oh,
I found that I'm able to deal with it by, kind of afterlife, reminding myself that we are spirit living the human life.
that's right. That's right.
So
Yeah.
that is what the message that come across with the afterlife.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Wow. Thank you so much. He says he's been to the sea today on the rocks. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. It's
Yeah,
always
that's
so
nice.
nice to smell that sea air and oh, that's wonderful. That's great. Thank you. All right. So we have Star who would love to
Oh,
have a reading.
star.
Yes, stars here. Yeah.
Jeanette Kennedy, star. Beam up, okay. They are regulars on my
Oh, well,
channel.
that's great. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always nice to have
Jod,
supporters.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jody Powers also regulars, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, so what did you get, Star? You got the Buddha. We're talking about Buddhism today. We have the beautiful eagle flying. We've got the beautiful lotus here, and it's all embodied in what the Buddha believes. And the word is illumination. Isn't that a beautiful word? Just the word illuminate. It's light. It's light, and things will wake up to you, and you will be illuminated. You'll see something that you haven't seen before. When darkness comes, the mirrors of your spirit reflect different images. It's the time when the world changes and your being glows. Reflect on the new vision. An idea is stalking you and waiting for your invitation. So again, we would say trust and let it go and move into it. Take responsibility for it. And it will flow to you and illumination will follow. So yes, it's saying let the illumination of something inspire you to do what it is that you would like to do. It's right there waiting. And it might be that this is some kind of work that you do at your home. I don't know. I don't know what you do, but they're saying that you will be inspired to, maybe you're going to be inspired to do something at home to change your home as well. Could be. So there you go.
Yeah, I get the card being bound. So something might make you feel, bound by something.
Uh-huh.
So if you clear your space, and
Yep.
you will be able to free yourself from whatever it is that, you know, very often what binds us is the thoughts. The thoughts is the worst.
Very true. Yep.
If
Yep.
you clear clear the thoughts, sometimes, spirit would tell me, if I do, even if I do something good, they will say, okay, it's done now, move away
What's
from it,
next?
or
Yeah.
think about, because the
Uh-huh.
thoughts can, for instance, if we something is coming out, and then the
Yep.
thoughts will create havoc with it and make it a big thing, and then we worry sick over it, and when the thing
Yep.
happens, it really it's not that big a deal,
It's not that bad.
and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
sanctuary.
There it is.
So being clear your space, and then you have that sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
You clear all that and then build that sanctuary
Yep.
within, or in real space.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think, sometimes too, our sanctuary can be just our space that we have at our home or our space that we
Yeah.
have that we can feel the most comfortable and the most, you know, comforted. So, all right. Okay. So let's see. Um, Janet? Mel, I see your question up here. We're doing spiritual readings, and actually, we are over an hour at this point, so we're not taking any new questions. I am so sorry. I've got 3 more that I've got to do, and then we're heading out. So I hope that you can come another time. All right. So Janet would love a spiritual reading. All right. Mhm. All right. This is what your card is. This is gorgeous because look at the cracks in between the rocks. I talk about this a lot. Sometimes I think that there are elementals that live in this little area because it's like the crack in the rocks or the crack in the sidewalk. Flowers and plants push through them, through that hard surface. And what they do is they endure. So, Janet, you got the word enduring, enduring. Take a stone in your hand, meditate on it, or use the stone surface pictured on the card. Go into the stone. and experience the soul. Stones welcome your visit. Let your experience the inside of your heart. See how you are an enduring mirror for the other. How you are everywhere mirroring everything. We all mirror each other. The stone absorbs you and you absorb the stone. How can you be alone if you're part of everything? I love that. You are the totality of enduring existence. Therefore, nothing in existence can upset you. And that's exactly what Trudi was talking about before when she said you don't need to worry about things. You worry about them, and they may not be so bad. So that's a wonderful message. I always, and I have to say that in the chat, I've seen people writing, I am enough. And that I wear that on my necklace, that I am enough. I am enough. I have a ring that says it. And I have to always remember that I am my own person, but I am enough. I do what I can, but that's enough. That's my mantra. So let's see what else. So if you are enduring, it will bring you peace. It will bring you peace of mind. It will make you feel as though you have found the ideal enduring world that you need, and you are the totality of everything, and everything is the totality of you. So there you go.
So I picked the card redemption, and this time I get the message redemption. You know, you are being saved from something, like something is clearing for you. And, you know, if you look, the hands is like that, you know, whatever it is that frees you from whatever it is that was, you know, binding you down or holding you back, and redemption. And now, you know, you are just free for the new beginnings. So it set you free to start on what, move into whatever. So it could be, you know, like very often on our path, you know, we go this way, and then spirit wants to push us up another level,
Mm-hmm.
and so the new beginnings. Afterlife for me is beginning. I'm beginning
Mm-hmm.
to see it like fourth density.
Right.
You know,
It's all
afterlife,
just one.
that
Yeah.
is
Just the energy is
that is
just
where,
yeah.
yeah, where we are moving towards.
That's awesome. Janet said she walked the labyrinth on the solstice. That's wonderful. And you're noticing the moss between the stones. Yeah. It's
Yeah, you
like
just like,
it's like we give up sometimes so easily, and look at the way that plants and flowers push through. They just keep pushing through, and their beauty is seen. So that's fabulous. Thank you. And thank you, Alien. Thank you for being here. Welcome. We are almost done, but we are happy that you are still here. So,
yeah,
yeah. All right.
yeah.
All
Hi,
right.
Alien.
We have Valerie S. and we have Sandy Miller, and then we are done for the day. Unless we give up, we can do a message for the collective. Although I think the collective has gotten the message to trust today, don't you?
Yes, letting go.
Janet says, "I'm really needing a new beginning. How special! Thank you, Trudi. That's wonderful. That's
Yeah,
yeah.
you're welcome. That's great.
Hi, Leah. Hi, Arlene. We're almost done, but we're glad to see you here.
I
All
love
right, so
that book which Leonard Cohen, a crack is how the light gets in.
it is.
I love
Yep.
that.
Yep. That's how the light comes in. Isn't it wonderful? Yeah, Cohen was a wonderful. He wrote Hallelujah, the song Hallelujah, and it's a beautiful song. Yeah. All right. So Valerie. Valerie, I'm glad you're here, dear. I hope you had a lovely holiday. All right. This is one of my favorite, actually, one of my favorite cards that he does. It's a temple, and look what's in the middle of it. It's a crystal. And if you look, the rocks surrounding it sort of look like hands coming together. The earth is right there, and the beauty of the stars. It almost looks like a Delphic oracle. And it says creativity, Valerie. Creativity is this sign. Your creativity is a story that needs a voice a way to be heard, and it has moved into your spirit lodge. It's part of your future life. People think creativity is outside of them, like truth or power, but it isn't. It is your own life force. It animates your being. It's within the crystal palace of your mind. You are about to go on a long journey called your life, and as you travel, you will learn to heal the evil forces of darkness. You are a warrior in the fight against ignorance. These sorcerers are created within each of us when we live a life of unexpressed creativity. In other words, we stifle our creativity, and it's not good for us. We need to find a way to let it out, whatever way works for whoever's. Everybody's different. It says to define your own creativity and then live in the world with it. And I got passion. You need to find your passion. That's your creative passion. It will provide you with the answers that you need, Valerie, in order for you to move ahead for the next year. Take time for your creativity. Yeah, I
So
know they are. Yeah.
I have this shadow work again,
Mm-hmm.
taking back your power. I love shadow work because it really help us take back our power. The
Absolutely.
amazing thing with shadow work, when I didn't know it was shadow work, I just do it. For me,
Uh-huh.
it was just pursuing my truth.
Right.
But it was liberating and powerful, because once you get to know yourself and who you really are,
Mm-hmm.
nobody can put any number on you.
That's right.
That is one of resilience. And that is what, you know,
Yeah. Resilience.
resilience,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
strength,
Mm-hmm.
power, strength. Once we do our shadow work, take back our power, and then we can almost endure anything.
We can. She
Yeah,
works too
because we,
much. Valerie works too much. She needs to take her power back and she needs to use her creative. She does. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That's wonderful. That's beautiful, Trudy. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Uh-huh. So here's Sandy. She would like a message from Spirit, and this is the card I pulled for you. And it is the Earth. And again, we have another tie, like a tie. If you're going into the woods and you were Hansel and Gretel, you would throw down like bird seed or breadcrumbs, and guess what? The birds would come eat it. You wouldn't find your way home. But if you tag something, then you know you're going in the right direction. And that's what it's telling you to do. It's saying offering. Make an offering. Um, every day of our lives, we take from Mother Earth our energy for our own life. Yet we never forget. We often forget. Sorry, the tradition of the sacred giveaway. Take a moment to sit in balance and count the magnificent ways that you have in this life, even it's only the wondrousness of being given life. Reflect on the great Mother Earth. Ask yourself, what have I given back to her lately to heal her? Then think of the higher vision of your life and balance on this earth and realize that is the greatest gift you can give. Mother Earth and your fellow humans is your own enlightenment. It is the way you tear away the veils of ignorance and prevent these magnificence of your being to everyone who experiences it. Everyone around you is uplifted and inspired. It is your offering. So remember that the earth starts us out with their offering. It brings us beauty. We have flowers. We have beautiful leaves. We have the rain that lands on the leaves. We have little animals, but we are also offering ourselves up to others by being on this earth. And so remember that. And remember your well being as well. Take time for you, take time to take what you need always. And it says, because you are an inspiration. I've gotten this card several times too today. We got the trust card and the inspiration card quite a bit. So there you go, Sandy. Thank you.
Yeah, guess what? I pull again.
Trust.
I shuffle it
Yeah.
a lot. I keep shuffling.
I love it.
Trust,
I love it. Yeah. Uh-huh. I
inner
do.
child. So again, this comes up. I think it's so important. The inner child could be, beautiful, or it could be a hindrance. Like when, it's negativity is hindrance. Otherwise, the inner child, like I like to go back to my childhood, and then I experience again the magic of living close to nature.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah,
It's
new
wonderful.
dawn.
You're done.
Yeah, so
How beautiful.
new
Every day is
new
a new
new dawn,
beginning.
new
Yeah.
beginnings.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and look at the color.
Oh, thank you, Valerie. Thank you, dear. Yes, if it's not too late. Yeah. How beautiful is that? So I think we'd like to just do a collective reading for everybody. There's a few people that came in late, and unfortunately, we don't have time to read for everybody. But I do want to do a collective reading so we can read for everybody that's here. And I bet you get trust again.
That's so amazing. So I
I
shuffle,
know.
shuffle, shuffle, and then the
Hmm.
trust comes out again.
Yep. Yep. And Mary, you're right. It's something we're all struggling with. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, so book, I put the name of the artist in. His name is Rob Schouten, and I just put it in the chat. So there you go. Yeah. He's the nicest man. He's Danish, and he has his own studio up on Whidbey Island. He actually, I went to see him, and I told him when I saw him, and this was a number of years ago, that I had bought some of his lithographs because he sells them. And I said to him, "You are a visionary. I believe these pictures he does are beyond just being an artist. I believe he's a visionary." So, all right. So here's a collective reading that we're going to do for everybody in the chat. Oh, Valerie, thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Much love to you. All right. Okay. So I get this beautiful waterfall with the lotus, the flow, and look at it's like hair on this particular stone. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And again, the earth is always there, but so is the lotus. And it says we all need to dream. We all need to dream. We all have to have dreams. We all have to watch our dreams. We all just need to remember the great dream, and the way will be known to you. You entered into life through the veil of the dream because your reason for being here was must be kept sacred from you until you find your way home. So some of us are still wondering, what am I here for? What am I here for? You will find out. You don't know who you are now, but one day you will remember. It's like creation looking at itself. You are in oneness with all life. Rest assured, you will awaken from the dream. The possibilities you dream of will become your reality. Don't give up the dream. Don't give up the dream. Trust in the dream. And love should be shared for everybody. There you go.
Well, you won't believe it. You know, of course, what it is.
Uh-huh.
Trust. You know, this is
Yeah.
so amazing. It keeps coming out.
Yes, it does. It does. Wow. And I had it
Rising
too.
up.
Yep. Rising
Yeah,
up. Yeah.
there's another rise up telling us eternal self, reminding us that we are eternal self. We don't die.
Yes. Absolutely.
And so one day I kind of asked my spirit team, we are so much living on this world. So why does it matter having them? I mean, what do they have to do with our life?
Uh-huh.
And so one day I received the answer that
Okay.
we are very much more a spiritual being than this
Absolutely.
earthly existence.
That's right.
So
Yep.
the eternal self.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, I
And
find when we
we're just
ask
we're
the
stuck in this
yeah,
body. It's just a vessel for
yes.
all our spiritual work. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I found when we ask the spirit world a question, they do
Hmm.
answer.
They
Not
do.
immediately, but they
Right.
do answer.
When the divine timing is right, and you have to trust that it will come. Yeah. Wow. Wow. How beautiful. What a wonderful day we've had. Thank you so very much, Trudy. Trudy is wonderful, and her channel can be found in the show notes. Please go over, like, and subscribe. She has some great guests that come. She does some great channeling and some reading. And yeah, she's just a lovely person. And thank you, Trudy. And we'll be back next month on her channel where we'll be talking about Taoism. And I'm excited about
Yeah.
that. Yes, very much so. So thank you. And thank you in the chat. Thank you, moderators. Thank you for the donation, Valerie. And much love to all of you. Take care.
Yeah.
Until
Thank
next
you,
time.
Ali. Thank you all.
Thank you. All right. Bye bye.
Bye.